The West Side Plan was an effort that started a year ago with the EDC to look at essentially the area just west of downtown, from Market Street and a few blocks north and south of Market Street on the west side of downtown. The real point of it is to really spark economic development, community revitalization on the west side. Gotten a lot of neighbors involved, churches, businesses, and it's been a very successful project. I think Mayor Stockton says it well, that the Bloomington Normal region has been growing, but if one part of the region is not doing as well as the others, that really affects the whole city, the whole region. Not only is Market Street a major gateway from the expressway downtown, but it's an important part of the community. It's a historic center of the area where people first settled. Obviously, a lot of people live there, people pass through, and it's also a major gateway to the downtown. The health of the downtown has been reviving, and the neighbors nearby really need to benefit from that as well. If a store is going to open on Veterans Parkway, it's going to expect its customers to come from all over the Bloomington Normal area. And it's the same thing. If there's economic prosperity on the west side, that really helps everybody. Not only the jobs, reduces the need for social services, but also it's kind of a historic, really cool area that people can really appreciate whether or not they live in that area or not. It's a small region overall. It's easy to get around. That's a benefit. The bike store right on Market Street is a major attraction. There's restaurants in downtown. There's reasons to go there. And so the west side really helps provide an anchor for the entire region. Well, I think in this case a lot of credit goes to the city of Bloomington, State Farm, which got behind this project right from the beginning and said, well, let's look at what's here. We're investing some money. There's some things already happening on the west side, but how does it all add up together? I think there was some concern that there were individual projects, new housing going in, a couple new businesses, but did it all add up to a meaningful whole? And that's where we really started. We had a summit that kept on growing. We had about 200 people, and we really wanted to talk about what are the strengths of the area. It's easy to talk about the problems. It's a little harder to talk about, okay, what are the strengths and what are we going to build on? And what we found is, well, number one, the location is very, very easy to get to. Number two, the people, the neighbors, the people who were preserving the homes, putting their hard-won equity into their homes, and that's really what we're trying to do here. It can't all come down to what the city's going to do. It has to be about what the residents are going to do to invest in their homes, what the businesses are going to do, and how to attract additional investments. Not just building everything new. It's really giving people the confidence that, yes, I want to fix up that house, I'm going to be able to sell it, I'm going to be able to get quality renters in this building, so that the incentives are there right, so that each person, each landowner is investing in the community and will be prosperous as a result. So that's where really we got started. And then we looked at issues like education, human services, youth programs, the schools. Everyone really came to the table. Illinois Wesleyan devoted a lot of resources to this. They had interns working on the history of the area, interviewing youth. Illinois State devoted a class to look at senior issues. The city obviously was looking at a lot of the housing issues, the economic development, and with the EDC. And it all came together so that everyone is really doing a piece of this plan. It seemed like the phone was ringing off the hook. I mean, as soon as people heard about this, Patrick Graff did a couple stories. There was a story on the news and on the radio. People just kept on emailing and calling and saying, what can I do? It turned out a lot of those folks grew up on the west side or had friends on the west side or had grandparents. It just seemed like everyone was connected and wanted to do something. At one of the meetings, a resident said it would really be nice to have a community garden here. And within 2 weeks, the city made a piece of land available just on the edge of downtown. Within 2 more weeks, it was all dug up, water was provided. Val Dumpster was out there with Alderman Schmidt digging up and planting a community garden. We drew up plans. Frankly, I think they put the plans on the side, and they did it the way they wanted to do it, which was fantastic. And they harvested vegetables within 6 to 8 weeks, and that all happened this summer. And so the energy is there. Mount Pisgah, built a new church, wants to build a community center. So there is tremendous. I was a little surprised. I knew it would be successful, but to see the whole Bloomington Normal area come together and say, this is important for all of Bloomington Normal, has really been fantastic.